Good night, people. Good night once again. Welcome to another Sports Frenzzyy podcast. And I know that you don't normally see me here hosting cricket show, but of course, I'm here tonight hosting the cricket show because, as I always say, I'm a man that is well versed in a lot of these sports. I just might not show it, but I am well adept with knowledge in majority of the sports. And cricket is one of those such sports, and as I mentioned over and over on the show and other platforms, that I may love football a lot. I know a lot about football, but in terms of playing itself, cricket is my game. I love playing cricket, man. Whether it comes down to batting, bowling, fielding, wicket keeping, whatever it is, I can do on that field. So yeah, I'm a cricketer. Hopefully, I'll be joined by a few fellas shortly. But you know that even if it's me alone, the show has to go on. So here I am. West Indies doing good. Started off decent in the cricket match, and currently they are what 373 for 9, replying to England's 311. So this is where I'm going to start it. Or better yet, I'm going to start off with the women because, as you know, they won against New Zealand the other night. Very good victory, nail biting, but the, the girls have been doing quite well, man. I mean, their feeling has been a little bit off because they have dropped some dollies, but they have made up for them by taking some stupendous catches. And even if you look at it, the next game that followed, they did very well against England. England, I mean, they played against Australia. You know, Australia is one of the top teams, and Australia made over 300. England made like 298 for 8, and it was a close encounter. But the girls have done well so far. Big up to Ailey Matthews, man. Ailey Matthews has been a revelation this tournament, and there's someone that I have a lot of time for. I've seen her growth over the years, and at first she was someone that normally struggle driving the ball straight. She normally struggled down the ground, and if you notice that most of her scoring shots over the past 2 games has been down the ground and all of that. So she has worked on that, and she's looking real good right now, to be honest. And the only Achilles heels for the West Indies is that their biggest batter in Stephanie Taylor, she hasn't hit ground running as it. And I mean, if she hasn't hit the ground running as it, and they have done quite well so far, that only can bode as well for the West Indies women. And just happy that they keep on improving. First time in ages since they have won both opening games. And if you look at them, and I can tell them, man, and big up to everybody in comment section because I know that you guys keep the thing active. So Michelle already out on stunting. Christoph, big up yourself. Fish for you, big up same way. Fruits, big up yourself. Adlam, same way. And here's Michelle saying that at the moment I'm very pleased with West Indies women cricket. Of course, who wouldn't be? 2 out of 2 against 2 of the biggest opposition in world cricket. Why shouldn't we be happy? Why shouldn't we be over the moon? Right? And as I was saying, the only thing that has damned the performance is the drop catches. They have had a lot of drop catches, and as they took those catches early out, they would have bowled on teams easily. But it isn't to be. But 2 out of 2, hope they can get another win and just keep on improving to the tournament and bring them that trophy. Why not? Women's World Cup 50 over. That would be brilliant from the West Indies women. So happy for what they are doing, and big up to Courtney Walsh as well for the job that he has done with them since he has come in. So that out of the way, big up to the West Indies women, and again, big up to Ailey Matthews. She has been impressive. So now to the men. First test, I know that a lot of people were iffy in regards to the starting 11. Remember, Dima had the show on Thursday, and we were predicting the team, and we were predicting the team. We gave different 11s somewhat. Probably Devin had 2 players out, I think, and I think we had a certain Permal out. But before I get there, there's Fruit saying that if Datin and Taylor can come to the table, we can score 320 to 359. We should beat India. Facts, facts that. And yes, Christoph saying that good going by the women because I have to keep you guys engaged. But yeah, the starting 11 that raised a lot of ruckus because a lot of people expected to have seen Kyle Mayers in the team. Or if memory serves me right, I think Demo had Permal out and I had Permal out as well. Devin had Permal in, and I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was Azar that he had out. Hopefully, we'll be joined by Devin a little bit later. But no Kyle Mayers. A lot of people questioning what was the reason behind Kyle Mayers not making the team. A lot of people are asking that. So, okay, starting 11. I said it the other day that Shamar Brooks would have been up there, but before we get there, let's just look at the innings that England did. First up, they started off. Kemar Roach got a early wicket, but again, we could have gotten more than one because there were drop catches in there once again. And I think it is fair to say that probably at sometimes it's hard to judge the pitches, but I think the keeper, the onus is on him at times to tell the players, the slip fielders, whether to move forward or move backwards in terms of how close they should be to the wicket. But Jeremy Blackwood, he dropped a dolly. However, it didn't really hurt because Kemar Roach came back and bowled a peach of a delivery. When I hear commentators and a coach talking about those sort of deliveries right and about off stump, knocking the top of off stump, you know that was a brilliant delivery. So came back and got Joe Root, in which England was already tottering. The last Alex Lees, the last Lees, Lawrence, next opener Crawley. The last all three players, and then the last Root. So they're already in tatters, right? Partnership founded between Stoke and them, and again drop catches again against the West Indies, and that was the major problem in the field. Otherwise, some that West Indies would have easily, and when I said easily, I mean easily stop England from making over 300 runs. The first session, brilliant, brilliant first session. The balls were put in right areas. They were bowling pretty well. Nice pace and nice line and length. But you see that second session will let them off the loop. That was the problem for West Indies on that first day, and we need to bowl good in tandem. I mean, you can't give me one good session here and then for the next session you're below par. That's not gonna work. So this is where I need them to really focus. Second session didn't bowl good. Our lines were off, length was off, and it was just basically right up the alley of the English batsmen, and that Stokes kind of capitalized on it, and also Bairstow until Ben Foakes came in as well, and they did their thing and good partnership found. Same thing with Wokes as well, but I kept on watching the game and I was like, why is it that some of these bowlers don't test some of these players with some short deliveries? Eventually they did, and they got the just reward. Bairstow, good century. This is a man that has been in and out of the English setup, and I'm sure that he did himself some justice by scoring that century. So good going for Bairstow right there. But overall, I think the English should have been satisfied with what they scored right there. But boy, there you have it. Here's Fruit saying that Bairstow would have been out on duck. So there you have it. Had they taken their catches, he would have been gone early out. So that was a problem from the first day. And as I mentioned again, they dropped a lot of catches, and that was West Indies downfall on the first day. And I'm happily joined by the voice, and I'm sure that you guys don't normally see this man on any cricket show, because the guys have this one as a football fan, a football person, and a basketball person. But he's here tonight, man, because this man has been well in tune to the cricket match. I can tell you that much. So, voice, welcome, bro. I'm here talking about England on the first day and West Indies letting them off the loop after they were 48 before. What do you have to say about it?
The thing is, this is my observation, right? I believe the start out of the innings for the West Indies bowling, I think their bowling was very disciplined. They were bowling the right line and length. I think it's probably human nature. When it got to 48 for 4, I think they started going for the sharp balls, going for pace instead of the line and length, and just deviating from what got them to the 48 for 4. And let us not, and I know you were talking about drop catches earlier, and I think those things are a part of cricket. But let us not also undermine the batting of I think Bairstow. Let us not undermine the batting of the gentleman, because I believe that he held down his head. His team needed him, and I think the partnership between him and Stokes kind of remind me of the partnership between Banner and Holder. Even though Stokes didn't stay around long enough, but I think that foundation, and it allowed Bairstow to get in his innings, and then in order to build that solid ground that England needed, because had Bairstow went down instead of Stokes, I think England would have been bowled out for little or nothing. So Bairstow really held down his head and back, but I think the West Indies bowling kind of let them down after they were 48 for 4. Whenever
Yeah, man.
team 48
I
for
was
4.
saying that in the second session, the bowling just was totally off. Line and length
Yep,
was right through the window.
yep, yep. A lot of way outside the half stump, a lot of sharp balls, especially Roach him, dropping the ball short. I guess he more frightened the batsman because he has a lot of pace. So you know, but again, England got to 3-level. What I will say about the West Indies though is that after that night, the morning session, they came out and they got the job done. They cleaned it up pretty early. So even though they didn't have a good session, I think they came back and they bounced back in the morning, and they did a good job.
Okay. I guess I'm saying that the man himself that is speaking that funny thing is he played cricket the most competitively at high school. So the man is here to defend the voice that the man actually played cricket at a
Yeah,
fair level.
I played before Adlam, and I played with Adlam and stuff. So yeah, I'm telling some play cricket to the tick a joke thing. But yeah, but because when I'm not really make una do a little cricket thing. Me talk the basketball and the NFL and them that thing. So I make una do a little cricket thing.
Right, bro.
But
But
yeah, man. Mhm,
next up, as I mentioned, good going by Seals. He got 4 wickets.
mhm,
I mean, first up, I never liked how he started his bowling. He was bowling way too wide out of the house stump. And I mean, in Test match cricket, it's named Test cricket for a reason. Put the ball in areas that batsmen are forced to play the ball. Because the more
mhm.
they leave the ball alone, the more batsmen will
Yeah,
become comfortable. Eventually,
absolutely,
and as they always say, commentators always say, they said that eventually they're going to see the ball as big as a breadfruit. So
absolutely.
test them when they're early in their innings, so you can probably trouble them. But
Yeah.
eventually learned and they end up with 4 wickets, good going by him. But Roach was kind of expensive, even though they dropped quite a few catches off him. Alzar Joseph the same, they dropped quite a few catches. But overall, the thing with West Indies is that their bowling has been good over the past couple of years. It is a
Mhm,
batting that has been the problem for them. Now,
mhm,
came out and trust me, this was one of the most positive start I've seen from West Indies. And I believe they said, I don't quite remember how much overs it was, but they were scoring at over 5 runs per over at one point, and they said that
mhm,
it's since 2014 West Indies hasn't scored that quickly. So I was surprised that the captain was playing so aggressively because he was very good at the beginning.
yep.
Everything that was in the slot went. It's either it was a crispy drive or it was tickled off his legs, but he looked good. But after that, John Campbell did his thing, but again, this is the reason why he keeps on getting dropped from the team. This man got a start and then basically threw his wicket away. You just clobbered the man for a 4. You pulled him for a 4 in the over. What was the
Mhm,
reason for you to go again after the man with a ball that was down the leg side? And these are the things that we as fans are disappointed with when it comes on to West Indies cricket. You're not playing ODI cricket. You're not playing T20 cricket. So
mhm,
why is it that you're going after everything? The man could have easily skipped inside the line of that delivery, gone
mhm,
behind to the keeper. Yet he
mhm.
decided that he was going to play it. Tickle it to the keeper, gone. And
But
as I just mentioned, this is the thing that has been plaguing him in West Indies setup. He keeps on getting the starts, but he's unable to carry on. Go ahead.
but this is where I'll defend John Campbell, because I'm seeing here that he was at the crease for 80 minutes, right? And he faced like 63 balls thereabout, right? So as you say, him just clobber the man for a 4. And knowing how cricket, like you're there for 80 minutes, you feel like you're set now, because John Campbell.
Adrenaline.
Yes, John Campbell just get back in the side now. So, I believe, you tell yourself that, hey, I need to get over a certain score. So let me get in my 20s. When you get in your 20s and your 30s, you start build that amount of confidence and so, because the first couple of overs, it kind of a little bit nerve wracking for you. So I believe when he got in his 20s, in his 30s now, he started playing a little bit more free flowing and feel like, all right, then, yeah, I got this. So you see a ball coming down the leg side. Normally, our coach I tell you say, oh, we'll punish them ball. But obviously, you're playing test cricket, so you can just leave that ball alone and live to see another day. But I won't beat him too bad on it because it was a ball that you can leave it alone or you can put it away. But it's just one of those balls where unfortunately it just wasn't his day. Probably another day him clobber that for 4 or 6 and we're cheering and said big shot John Campbell. So I won't beat him too much for that. I really love the partnership between him and Craig. I think the partnership was worth 83 for the first wicket.
Sorry.
So now you see with West Indies now you want that solid foundation because if it was West Indies 48 for 4, I think they would have been bowled out quite cheaply. So I like that little foundation that they had there. Craig was playing well, and John Campbell he got some runs in that little. I think the little competition that they had the other day. He got some runs there, got him back in the side. So I'm not going to blame John Campbell. I'm going to see if he gets another chance to bat in the second innings. Let's see, what he can come up with. But I think this the batting, the partnership, 35 runs. I think that should be enough to at least get him to the second test for sure.
Alright, Dima, if you're available, just let me know, man. Because people that asking for Dima kind of have something sorting out, so Dima wasn't able to join in. So Dima, if you're available right now, just let me know so I can shut the whatever. So, as I was saying, captain, fantastic innings up front. Whenever a ball was loose, he put them away. All the bad balls were put away. But come on, Craig. That delivery that he got out to, come on, fam. The ball was wide once again. Juicy half volley outside half stump. Had he had good foot movement, he would have put that away to the boundary. But he stand static, went after the ball same way. It flew. Good catch, yes. But I think probably just got over aggressive. Not the Craig Brathwaite that we're known, because this man is a grinder. This man grind out his runs. But I won't beat him for it much. But what I'm saying is that he could have left that alone, 1 or 2, with better foot movement. He would have punched that through the covers easily. What say you?
I think because we don't really factor in for West Indies cricket all that much again, but certain innings that I've watched, I've seen him gone out like that a couple times. The ball, as I say, half volley outside the half stump. Those balls are probably the juiciest balls. You want the ball to race through the covers and and you give them all, make them all take a picture of you. So, I think when you see that ball, Craig is saying, "Oh my God, this ball is so juicy. You have to hit it through the covers." But
Caleb, turn it down.
yeah, but definitely better foot movements. Get the foot out and stroke that ball better. I think that would have been the shot. But again, I can't beat him feet. But as the captain again, the leadership, I want my captain making a better decision in that case. I want my captain making better decisions for that one. So I'm not going to beat him, but the decision making for West Indies have to be better going forward.
Fruits. Nobody is cussing John Campbell, man. We're just saying that he could have done better in the situation. You know why? We personally want this guy to cement his place at the top of the order. So come on, this was their chance to make a big score. So that is what we wanted. But we'll be sure to join by the man on screen, as you can see. The man that calls himself the all-rounder. There he is. Welcome, Devin. Welcome.
Yes, yo. Long day, boy. You don't know. Try to check in.
Wonderful, bro. Big up and respect for that. We're talking about the opening partnership. What you thought of the dismissal of John Campbell and Craig Brathwaite?
Oh, well, I'm more disappointed in that Campbell more than Brathwaite. Even though both of them go for some rash shot. But the thing is, no matter what, Brathwaite now get dropped again, brother. You know what I mean? Brathwaite now get dropped again. He's no matter what him do, if he make 5 ducks, him now go drop him again. But Campbell now, you're trying to cement yourself, and you see the other day, it's just that him get fortunate in the sense that the guy, you never know if that guy, what the guy name again,
Salazar.
if he didn't get the concussion, he had made some runs. They probably wouldn't have been, but they didn't see what he could do. He went and make some runs, and him get lucky if I call him back. He made a century. So for him now in the 30s, oh gosh, man, you have to try to go for him the shot there, man. And he was doing well because remember at one point, Craig was scoring faster than him, Craig was like 29 from 29, and him go 30
No,
from
man,
like, you know.
listen, Devin. Craig scored faster than John Campbell throughout the entirety of the innings.
Right, right. So now just go and take your time then. Just keep taking your time. So there's no rush to keep taking your time. You know, wait for it. And it's always shot selection with him all the while and then just go for that rush shot. You know what I mean? And it's a pitch where eventually, you know, that's no matter how they relay it, no matter how you're surfing it, that's Antigua. Those pitches, even though maybe different ground, they always produce runs. You know, so it will definitely get better. And give him chance to get at least a 50, get a big score. Craig should have moved on to get 100 because he was scoring good. So
Facts.
disappointed in that. And like we had this talk earlier, and remember we were in the chat. Most of those batsmen right up there, they basically throw away the wicket. I don't know.
Brooks was the
for
next
delivery.
one.
Brooks too.
And that's where I'm going to go because I remember last week when we had the podcast, I said that Brooks would have batted at 3 you guys had banner, but it was Brooks this time around. How would you say fair there, Devin? At the number 3 slot.
Well, I still prefer Banner. I see Banner show the temperament and in Banner, you need Banner. You batter on Banner. But with Brooks, the commentator said, yo, even the English commentators, you know, remember, you don't want to say, even though you're English commentators, you want to say good delivery by your fellow countrymen. English commentators say, boy, you could drive a bus between the space between the bat and the spot. You could drive a bus in between you. That's what the man said when the man get out. Because it was such a bad, you don't need to go for it. And he was so far away. You know, Kems, is a big cricketer. I have to give him props, man say, I'm a cricketer. It basically them tell you, like, all right, you try to get in line with the ball. You get what I'm saying? The man was so far away from the ball, and his bat and pad was big space in between. So you know that he was reaching for a wide ball. He wasn't in line with the ball. Big space in there. Big mistake. You know what I mean? It's not like a case where you get a ball where it's just on above off stump where it's all right. You may not know where your off stump is. You know? It's like with the root, that ball was close to his off stump and he leave alone and get ball. But that ball was so wide, didn't have to play that ball. He went for that ball and get it. But Levon, I know this match is showing you that, okay, yes, they go with your thoughts to say Brooks at 3. I still go with Banner for 3.
All right, well.
But when I come and claim, say, yo, like, you know, you remember you had called that, but you know, come and say, yes, let me tell you, like other people would do. Nah, you want a shot for nobody, you know.
Oh man, if anybody want to take the shot, I just say go. But what I was impressed by was that West Indies batted over 150 overs in the game. When last can you say West Indies did anything of that sort?
Right.
I can't recall. But what I'm going to segue now is that innings of Banner. We're just going to talk about the innings itself right now, and then we get into the context of it. So, he and Older form a good partnership. Blackwood obviously I want to beat Blackwood because that was unlucky on his part. But yeah, he got out. Older came in, and he and along with Banner formed a partnership. Older was going good and all of that. So let's look at the Banner innings now. Kems, as I said, you were in tune to this match because it's the first I've ever seen you watching a cricket.
Yeah, man, come like you man watch you all match, yo. Come like you man watch you, yo.
And just to think about it, Devin, that this is a test match and Kems is actually watching.
You know, when I watch you match, I'm asking, yo.
Brother, let me tell you.
Them comments the way man I make, and I like him I read the headline, him I pretty much, yo.
Exactly.
Brother, I'm telling you, I used to watch cricket all the time, but West Indies was just very demoralizing. So I just didn't have to move on.
True, we can understand
I watch some of them. I used to watch cricket like me and my grandfather every single time. But like, listen, you know, Levon, we were talking about it a little bit backstage. I think, you know, Banner had a very mature innings, absolutely mature innings. And, you know, batting, when you can say number 3 or number 4, whichever, as a middle order batsman, that is in a test match where, you know, you lose your openers and so. This is the person where you need level-headed, understand the assignment, and know what needs to be done in order to get his team back on the right track. Banner, I think he came up with the mindset to say, hey, I am not giving away my wicket. You guys have to earn my wicket. You guys have to take my wicket. That is the mindset. And I believe, as we were talking about it with the partnership with him and Holder now, I think Holder, because Holder was getting the runs and Holder was scoring pretty quickly. I believe that he allowed Banner to build his innings. Just continue, feel out the ball, make the ball touch the bat, and then, see what the bowler is doing, and then, take the ones and twos, take the fours when they come, take the bad balls when they come, and then, obviously when Holder got out, this morning, things changed, but then Da Silva came in, and Banner was still there, Banner was the staple of the innings, and, I know you never like the fact that after I make him 100, him never start,
Now, man, we soon get there, son. We soon get there.
Oh yeah. So for me, I think it was a very mature innings. One of the most mature innings I've seen in a while. I think Craig is the other person who would have normally bat like that as well. Don't just quote unquote give them wicket, but make the bowler have to earn it. Because if we be honest, Levon, I don't think the majority of the game, I don't think England bowlers were doing anything spectacular.
Nothing.
I don't think they were doing anything spectacular for us to say, oh God. I think if you go with the right mindset, and you watch what the pitch is doing or not doing, and then you just play the ball on its merit, you'll be able to make runs in this game. If you want to be a Brooks and them people, the way it seem like you still a play one day, you can't hold your head straight and just hold on your head and bat, then you will get out. But I think Banner was very mature, and I keep on saying, I'm cheering for England in this game, so I keep on saying we need to get Banner, and Banner would just never give away his wicket. So very mature innings, lovely innings by Banner.
All right, so Devin, what you thought of the innings itself? Because that was the innings that basically put West
Yeah,
Indies back into the
that
game.
was a lovely innings. It was a lovely innings. I remember we had said that it seems like nobody wants to bat at three, and Dima was there the other day. Said like nobody wants to bat at three for West Indies. Like they're free to take it up, but Banner has shown that he has the capability to do so, the temperament, and I agree with Kems. There was nobody doing anything spectacular. The guy that was giving them troubling quotes with a little pace was Wood. He got injured. You get what I'm saying? So other than that,
Otherwise, that it was just Stokes every now
it
and
was
then.
just Stokes. And I remember I was saying like Stokes may be an X factor, but you guys were saying sometimes you're not sure if you recover from the bowling, and then he isn't fully recovered. Because normally Stokes, they're giving some short spells. He would carry a little bit more workload. So I can see that they're still watching him. They don't want him to get back to any injury where he can't bowl. But excellent innings. He just patient, keep batting, just occupy the crease. Because, the proverbial talk for test cricket is occupation at the crease. They say once you occupy the crease, runs will come. With the exception of someone like Shandapan and them man. Them man, they will occupy the crease. So you have 3 and no runs not come. But he did what is required. Like Kem said, he did what was required. When you lose the opener, you have to have somebody say, all right, I'm going to bat. I'm not going to give it away. Just bat and bat and bat. And it was an excellent innings. Excellent innings from him.
Facts.
I still like to see him at 3. Like, yeah.
No problem, but I disagree though, because it's just like Joe Root. Joe Root don't like number 3, and whenever Joe Root bats at number 3, he fails.
Mm.
You can check the stats. Go ahead.
Devin, this is my theory of why I don't think people like to bat at number 3. And you can tell me if I'm wrong or if you have a different theory, right? I believe that the openers always get out early. The number 3 batsman don't want to face the new ball so quick. That's my theory. So them kind of like ease from it a little bit. I say, me bat a 4, because even for example when I was playing cricket for Georges, I bat a either 4 or 5 at the time, right? Because I don't want number 3 because that new ball coming in big ball and dropping it in the middle of the pitch. I'm now wearing a helmet. So 4 or 5 when the newness come off of the ball now and the spinners them start coming or the little medium pacers them, then I think they're more comfortable there. So that is my theory why they don't like number 3.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Because remember, where cricket is concerned, right? Cricket is a game where so much that the conditions can play so much to the result of the game. And I like football, I mean? Football is just the away and a home factor, but the condition itself plays so much. So even on a flat pitch, right? And at the beginning of the innings, a man have the brand new cherry, and even on a flat pitch, once the beginning of the innings, something going to happen with the ball. Something going to happen to the ball. So more like times that opener won't get out. And so you're right. That theory is like important. That theory can come into like a proven fact. If you assess it, more than likely, something gonna happen and our opener will get out early. So number 3 is that he can play as a opener. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons.
I know that we're not here to vouch about ourselves, but and like Kims was afraid of the new ball. I started batting at number 9 because at first I was afraid of the ball. I'm not gonna grow on that. I used to even give up my space to an next man to make him bat in front of me. Eventually, can I get like a brave heart and start opening batting, and from my work as an opener, that's where I stayed until I stopped playing cricket. And
Yeah,
I haven't been stopping it, just that because of where I am.
we need to just like how I'm telling us, so we're gonna do like a charity football game. We need to do like a charity cricket game.
Brother, long time man, because my one beat
So yeah, beat
But
up you must spins.
yeah, yes, they would say that Kev spot on. Batting at 3 is basically like being an opener in West Indies side. You're facing the best bowlers, fresh new ball top of the game. Yeah,
All
but
right, so one second,
man,
move
shoot
on.
for something.
So
Getting
I see Michelle asking me, really I go for England. The thing is, Michelle, my international football team is England. So my cricket team is England too. Well, I like Australia as well. So it's Australia and England, but I always want West Indies to do well. You know, always, just like for Jamaica, I want the Jamaican football team to do well. But England on the side, so that's just my little. I don't know, send me a bandwagon is already, so nobody watch me.
But as I mentioned, good partnership right there with Holder. Then Da Silva and Bana once again. They did quite well right there again with that little partnership. And then Bana, Roach did well, batted for quite a while until, man, trust me, the best shot of the game was played by Roach. So that cover drive that man played, it was a crisp shot, man. And up to now, I'm still in off the shot. And yeah, Permal and Bana at the end, they did their thing. And this is where the real discussion will be. So my thing is that Bana got to his 100. West Indies already surpassed England total of 311. So now it's time for West Indies to get a lead and set a lead, right? So let's look at it now. And I'm going to start with Kings and I'm going to and then Devin. So Devin, listen. The man made 102 runs of 257 deliveries. He batted for what? When they calculate that, it's around 40 odd overs. So Bana basically batted 40 odd overs to get to his century. When they calculate that strike rate, his strike rate there was like 20 odd. Now I got beat him for that because guess what again? Needed occupation, and based on the innings that West Indies needed, that was the sort of innings that was needed right there. So it did very well right there. Very well. I was impressed. No problem with the timing that he scored at 100. But guess what? Batting with the tail enders, surpassed England total already. Nkrumah Banner's next 21 runs came off 98 deliveries. That is over what? I think that's over 16 overs, I believe. So his next 21 runs came off 16 over, and that was scoring at a strike rate of 16, basically. So his strike rate for his 100 was quicker than his strike rate after he got to his 100. Now, when you look at this now, Kems, were you satisfied with that, knowing that this man was batting with the tail ender, knowing that this man already got to his 100, knowing that West Indies already surpassed England's total, so now is the time to build a lead? What do you say about this?
So again, this is probably a hindsight comment because we all know hindsight is 2020. But I always believe, okay, there are certain milestones in a game, right? So the first milestone is to ensure that get the quote unquote follow on. So you make enough runs to get the follow on. First milestone.
Correct.
Second milestone now, I have to go ahead and reach England total, right? And then the third milestone, have a build a lead enough so when you put England into bat, now you can try to take some wickets without them passing your score, so you have the advantage, right? And then obviously the personal milestone for Banner now, make 100, yeah, but you have your own little personal thing, you make 100. So now he make the 100, then pass England score, now they have the lead. Personally, I would like for him to start, be a little bit more aggressive, make some more runs, see if at least, even if you're out while you're making some more runs, see if at least you could have put in England for at least today, get at least 1 or 2 wickets in the evening if you're out. That's just my team. Because when you look at it now, Devin, him still out and him never put up no bag of runs on the board. So him achieve his milestone, he's achieved the team milestone for pass England and put some runs on the board. But I wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive because, as Levon alluded to, there were some really bad balls that were bowled, and him just still.
Especially in that last session.
You the thing said the
Wow.
man. You the thing said the man. Depon 5 and West Indies at 200 for 9, and him have to just go on. So I really don't like critiquing a man innings that play so beautifully. Like it's really hard to do. But for my personal taste, I would like him to just score a little bit faster after you have a 30 runs lead. Just score a little bit faster, get some boundaries in there. Continue putting England on the back foot. And if you're out and the team all out, Devin, that last 50 and Levon as well, and even people in the comment section, that last
Last
15,
15
20
minutes.
minutes of the
Pressure.
evening and
Worst
work,
time.
because you're probably gonna try
Worse.
send in a night. I'll try sending in a night watchman because want your big bats them out. So I understand the argument, but somebody else on the other hand might say, hey, I just some manner play. We have to respect manner innings because him really set it down for West Indies. So 6 or 1/2 does not matter. But I would want him to be a bit more aggressive.
All right, so Devin, before I go to get in your
Yeah.
thoughts, let's face the facts. West Indies basically covered England's total before tea, I believe, right?
Mhm.
No, after the tea break, it was the second delivery, I believe, after the tea break that Banner went to his 100. When Roots served up that juicy ball down the leg side, I believe, and he just slapped it down to final leg for a boundary. So the second delivery after tea. Now, I hear people pushing this notion that his job was also to shield the tail enders. How can you be shielded tail ender? And when I look at Permal, at the end of the day, this man has faced 87 deliveries. How is that shielding Permal? How does that make sense? Right? So, Devin, do you think that he could have been, and listen, people don't get it wrong because this is where you all have it wrong. Nobody is saying that a man's supposed to go after everything. There are bad balls bowled by the English bowlers. When they get those bad balls, they don't block them. You beat those to the boundary. So that we're alluding to. We're not saying the man should go after everything and just swipe and swing after everything. So Devin, give us your thoughts now.
My thing is, it's not my thing. Like Mr. T, I have no problem with the way he was playing after. If that's just the way he play, keep playing that way, fine. That's the way you play, fine. But my issue is when he started turning down runs because he want to protect Burma from facing Stokes. Brother, I don't like in cricket you turn down runs. But and then if you're gonna turn down the runs now, Kems and Levon, that means when you face now, you look for your attack to give me runs then. Because if you're gonna turn down the runs. Because if you are turning the runs to protect command, and then Demo is not here, so we don't want to speak when he's not here. But his argument was that
He's in the comment section, man. You can say it.
his argument was that he was looking to come back for tomorrow. No, I'm not working that looking to come back for tomorrow. What you're trying to do now, since you're going to turn on runs, where you're going to protect and bring in your point now, I mean, he could have gotten out, face it. It's cricket. Take one ball to get you out. He could have still gotten out by Ben Stokes. Because the argument was that he was trying to protect him from Ben Stokes. But there's no need to protect him from Ben Stokes when you're out there and you're set already, brother. The man faced over 60 at ball already. He would have faced Ben Stokes sometime. So what? He would have faced Ben Stokes somewhere before. So don't tell me about like you want to come back for tomorrow. If you're going to turn down the runs now, if you're going to turn down the runs, be say, all right, now protect you from whatever. That means I should be looking to get some runs. You had over like 5 I think it was 4.1 to nearly 5 overs left when him start turning on the run. So you try to get it on, and since as you got turn on the runs that that this man could have got. Sometimes they could have get 2. And what happened now? You know, they bring in the field for the last couple of delivery. When him realize they might turn on the runs, him not getting a single. So them still end up bowling to who they wanted to bowl to. Because it's Permal still up on the face, whosoever. And the ironic thing is, him get out. Him gonna get out. When they try to protect. So I don't like in cricket in that, especially test match where it's not like you try to go for 4 or 3-6. So you know that man can't give you no 6. So you turn on the single because you want to keep the strike or you want to have certain strike where that's concerned for the shorter version. It wasn't a situation. So I didn't like the fact he was turning on the runs. If he was going to continue bat that way 11 and him see the bad ball and he miss it, I would just say, okay, that's the way he's batted, and I guess him now will try to change. But he might turn down the runs to protect Permal, and the reason by Demo is because they might come back the next day. I don't care what is the reason. Not turn down the runs. If you're going to turn down runs now, give me some runs. Go after the bowling then. Attack it then and get out. Because like Kem said, all milestones. A simple reason, you know. So it makes sense. You know, like them your guru and you know a simple reason. Like Kem says, simple, brother. What you try to do? Avoid follow around. A small total. So the follow around was basically achievable. After avoid follow around, you start to get them total. And like what Kem says is crucial in such a games, all right? You try to get a lead. And when you try to do with the lead, get a couple of wickets before them can pass your lead. So you try.
I'm reading through the comment section, and why people are so, I wouldn't say daft, I won't use that word, but why is it that a man can be great and we criticize him? Just the other day, I think James was on here when I said that even though Fergie is the greatest coach, I still have certain cons against Fergie.
So they never hear
so why is it that he can't
brilliant innings, excellent innings. We're not talking about, we say man innings excellent are the best.
But listen now, just like Man City in the Champions League, they beat up Sporting away 5-0, came back at 80 and drew 0-0. I can't tell a lot of things like those happen. You can't beat up a side 5-0 and then drew 0-0. I haven't seen in ages where a man scored at over 20 odd to get to his 100, and then after he got to his 100, with his team in the lead, his strike rate dropped below that. That is my point, and
for real.
You can tell me what the man wanted to come back the next day. Next day is not a guarantee. Look at Older. Older was probably thinking of scoring a big ton today, but guess what? England got rid of him quickly in that morning session. So it's not a guarantee that he's going to come out tomorrow and do anything. So if the bad balls are there, why are you going to block it? Why? Just give me a good reason why are you going to block those bad balls. And you can't tell that he didn't got them. He got bad deliveries because, again, as you pointed out, England wasn't doing anything whatsoever with that ball. Especially with Wood off the field, they weren't doing anything. And he was the only one who could probably crank up some pace and try to hurry the batsman, but he wasn't. So look at that, Kims. I see people in the comment section trying to say that you can't criticize them, and why is it that we can't criticize that innings, even though we said it, it was a brilliant innings, but there are always pros and cons to something, always.
All right. So this is what I think they want to say. They probably want to say after a man plays such a brilliant innings, why we are trying to find things about the innings that weren't good. And again, I guess I can see an argument for both, right? Because he well and truly played well. Had Bonner gotten out, probably we're having a different conversation here right now. But again, this is what discussions are for. In whichever sport it is, these are the discussions that we have. Hey, what can we do better? And so, but I have a question though. I have a question to any of you guys, also in the comment section. So we know what it is right now. I think they're leading by 60 something, 70 something right now. And they have 1 wicket in hand. If tomorrow morning first ball out, are you guys comfortable with that score, or would you want it to go up to probably, let's say, 100 runs, and then have a 100-run lead and be okay with it, and then you take it from there?
Well, it's 1 wicket leave, and who we have batting.
Permal and Seals.
Seals and yeah.
So the thing is, the 100 lead, even though the pitch not offering much, I don't see them getting to the 100 lead. But I would ideally want them to like in the interest of time and trying to get a result to get out as quick as possible. Just go swing the bat. Just go swing the bat and let the bowler them come in and see what them can do. So that's my thing because I don't see them getting, even though the England bowling not offering not much, pitch not offering not much. I would like to see us try to, bowl at them and try to see how many wickets we can get out and see if we can try force a result. Because a result can be gained in this match.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think this is a drawn game.
Hey, it appears to be going for a draw, but a result can
still. Going down that line, but all right, this is where our analysis comes in back. That guess what? Bonner, you got the bad deliveries, put them away, so the lead would be bigger, right? And as you pointed out, I wasn't really thinking of giving the bowlers any overs today. Reason being, probably there's a bad light or whatever, and that's why it does probably call off play early, even with a couple of overs remaining. So I was really thinking along that line, but I was thinking that let's not keep our bowlers out in the middle for too long, knowing that the wicket isn't doing much. So get them fresh come tomorrow morning so they can have a crack at the English batsmen and try to get them out as quickly as possible to try and force a result in the game. Because personally for me, Devin and I said it the other day, West Indies should try to win the first match. And then I think we said that England would probably win the second one and then the last one will draw.
Yeah.
That was what we predicted. So I am saying that build the league quicker because people keep on forgetting. We're not saying that the man should go after everything. The bad balls were there to put away and he blocked them. That is what we're saying. Simple as that. That was negative cricket. And turned down runs, that is negative as well. And don't think about he was trying to shield and protect Perma when this man ended the day with 20 odd runs off 80 odd balls. So don't tell me foolishness.
No, sir.
But I was thinking that have the bowlers fresh in the morning, go at the English batsmen, since as the wicket isn't doing much. So that was my line of thought.
What's the result?
Yeah, I mean, so Michelle saying I should stop being negative. I don't think I'm being negative, but I'm looking at it. Let's say the guys get a ball out before the first drinks break, and then they put England into bat. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, can they get England all out on day 4? I don't know.
Not necessarily day 4. It can be day 4 and probably a session on day 5 maybe.
Well, again, if the lead is 100, or even right now, I think this lead is
60.
like I don't think England going to go 60 without loss and then start their innings. I think they lose a couple wickets before that. So so this is very crucial. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I know one thing I know for sure. I don't think England can win this game. I know that's out of it. So it's either draw or West Indies win. I don't see England win this game. They would have to bat like a one-day match tomorrow and then make 300 odd or 400 odd, and I don't see that possible. It's more some impossible stuff. So it's either West Indies win or a draw, and I'll go with a draw.
Devin, what side are you on? What side of it are you on?
No. It's definitely shaping up to be a draw, but I'm saying it's still possible for a result by West Indies. I agree with Kems, but the draw, more than likely the draw it's gonna be a draw. Yeah, because I'm looking to say West Indies will probably bat for 5 hours tomorrow. 5 to all right, you know what? Let we give it to 30 minutes. Let's say 30 minutes. They bat for 30 minutes. Put in England. I don't see them bowling out England tomorrow. So it may take some time into the final day, and then how quick are we gonna get the runs? Do we have the mentality or the temperament to say, all right, are we gonna get the runs? Is one man gonna hold up hands and next man just gonna attack? I don't know. I don't know if.
All right, so listen, Devin. Since as we're nitpicking right now, how does West Indies win this game from right here? What do West Indies need to do to win this game?
Well, we definitely have to bowl. We have to bowl out England for under 200. That's what I see. Or 200.
No. Why would you say that? Because if they're leading by,
the timing too.
Right now it's around 62. Yeah, it's 62 right now.
You know, let me not even say the runs and the timing, because depending on how long England's gonna bat or England gonna take to get like their score, that score at 200, right? Because an average for a day's play now, or England, but they may probably get like say 200 within a day.
All right, so West Indies score 170 runs today in 90 overs.
Yes. So say England will get bat into, so England will bat into like early tomorrow and say them get out on the final day, like 1 hour in the final day. How many runs? You know what I mean? We'll have enough time to get the runs. Yeah. So a score of like 200 to 220. We'll bowl them out for. And then Permal have to, I don't know if the pitch is gonna take any turn. I don't see Leach do anything with the ball in terms of turning it or anything great happening for the spinners. So I don't know if Permal gonna come into play, because the pitch wearing out now and taking any spin, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like I didn't know about the pitch condition before, but you know, like we always say, hindsight is 2020. I still would have wanted Permal in there, because after that, even though he performed well in the in better conditions, because you know where he got those wickets was in that last test was down in the east, down in the Middle East, so to speak, in that subcontinent. So they refer to it as. So I would definitely keep him in as a spinner, and he's the only spinner there. So I would definitely have the different option. So I would like to see him come in the game and see if the pitch taking any turn, and even if that's not the case, I want to see him like can hold up a hand and let the bowlers then get some rush or the pace when him come in. But he has to play some role in the game. That's why he's picked to be in the team.
Okay. I guess we're saying that. Guys, stop saying that. We can bowl them out if the feeling is good. If the feeling was good, England would not have made 311, much less 200. And he was saying that if we're chasing 250 on the last day, JC, Craig, Holder will be key for the win. Here's Giovanni Reed saying that that pitch always been terrible. Look at the Sri Lanka series. And he was saying that spinners struggling in this series, boss. Pitch has
right. That's a pitch of right. That's what I don't see anything there for the pitch.
But Devin, that's the reason why Demo and I were on this the side the other day that Perma shouldn't have played, you know, that went with the extra
right.
seam.
I remember you were saying some stats about that. Yes, you're saying some stats where the seamers them get the wickets. Remember you were saying some about.
And guess what? So, this game has proven it, because Leach only one spinner got a wicket so far. It's Leach who got the one.
Right. So before I remember you bring some stats, and I say in that case then, if that stats will hold, I would agree with we all agree that Phillips wouldn't play.
Definitely.
Yeah. So in that case, though, looking at that stats now, we're just all right. So why Mayers didn't play then? Right. Okay. Yeah. I remember.
All right. So Kems, is there a possible way that England could win this game? Any sort of possibility?
Well, I mean, sports are top, boy. So if we dig deep, then we can say, yeah, there's a possibility. Because, okay, let's say on the final day, you know.
Oh yeah, I was forgetting Lawrence who got banner. See, I didn't even pay that man the man, because Lawrence is not a bowler, but carry games.
Yeah, so let's say on the final day, you know, as Demo say, 250 runs to win West Indies. You know, and then let's say, you know, get the openers early. West Indies now are in England position 48 for 4. Then that's the only way, but that's not logical. That just me grasping at straws. You know, if I'm supposed to be honest, I don't see a way where England win this game. As I said, there can only be two options right now for me. How may I watch a game, or I'm seeing it going. Because then again, I'm looking at the English bowling, and it's not nothing to write home about.
Especially without Wood.
Exactly. So it's not no we can say, well, boy, the England bowlers are up to the challenge, you know, so they will be ready. Because they haven't shown us anything really. You know, so I can't say that. So draw game or West Indies win. You know, obviously, hopefully, let's see if Joe Root will get some runs and stay by the crease. You know, along with my guy Bearstow. You know, Bearstow, my favorite English player right now. You know, that knock was really beautiful, that team, 140. So
I can tell why you like that player. You know.
why?
To wanna shot I like.
So,
I use
so
yes,
just to add on to what Demo said, you know what Demo said, I would love for that to happen, whereby England come and play positive. I see what West Indies would like. Like what Demo is saying, they will definitely try to go for the result. All right, get them out quick, so they go, and just start play positive. Go after it. They lose quick wickets, but they're still playing positive to try and get a result. Because like what Kem's saying, even though whatever is happening, this is West Indies we're talking about, boss. As much as the pitch look whatever, West Indies can collapse, even when we don't even think they would collapse.
No, but all right. So what Demo's saying right here, that what we know is that England will dangle a carrot for a result. They won't play for a draw.
Right.
But listen, but then Devin, let us look at it now. I don't think England's stupid. England know them big bowler is down, right? They know the big bowler is down. So you think they really gonna say, well, hey, we still believe we can win this game? Like, is that the personality? Only can tell me. Is that the personality of England?
Yeah.
Yep.
So remember the lead.
So even one bowler shot.
The lead, but the lead
I don't know about the situation right now with the bowler shot. Go again, Devin.
I'm saying the lead is not extensively big. I don't know, like 100 odd. So all right. So West Indies. Let me round it up. I like round. So 18. So them add 18 more runs. 8 and 2, 10, 6 and 1, 7 and 1, 8. Them have a lead at 80. Right? And England start I play positive cricket. Them have say how many overs would I have say cut down to 80, 70 to 8, so 75 overs. And them try go at 3 runs and over. And I just have to try play positive. After a while now they may say, all right, lose 4 quick wickets, somebody will consolidate. But them are they will try to play positive and like try to get a lead and see if they can put West Indies under pressure, get someone out. West Indies will crumble under pressure. So I just see them trying to play positive, and I would love for that to happen, where they put it in a way where, yes, they play positive cricket, so wickets start falling. So on the final day, 3 results possible, leading up to lunchtime. Yeah, I'll see if West Indies will go for it. I don't know. Yeah.
But Kems, to the question I asked, that England has been like that ever since Root became the captain. They're a team that they like to go for the win, even when it seems probably improbable in some people's eye. But I think that with Wood down right now, they probably said no, not this time around, because even in the Ashes that they played the other day, he was the only man that got wickets. So if you look at it and if they realize all the team ball in the first innings, they probably say, all right, here what, let's just play for the draw. Who knows?
That would be smart. I think that would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But all right, what I'll say now is that give me your guys' prediction. You think it will be a draw totally, and that's it?
Yeah, I'm going with the England draw. That's my prediction. England draw. I'm going with a draw. I'm going with a draw game.
Yeah.
Okay. You agree, Devin?
Yeah, man, I'm going with the draw.
All right. I really want to be optimistic, and I really want the win because I want my prediction to be intact so I can come and boast like a certain man. So I want West Indies to win. So let's get through and give you guys a minute each to talk about any other topic that's on your mind. So I'll start with you, Kems. Any topic?
Boy, the Brooklyn Nets are whopping the Sixers right now. Listen, man, let me tell you. They're beating by 22 right now. But let me tell you, man. Honestly, the Philadelphia Sixers come out to play with emotions, and the Brooklyn Nets come out to play basketball, bridging. So Philadelphia is coming out. Oh, MB going down there fighting with Drummond, and obviously here comes Mr. James Harden, Mr. Choker. The man in the first half, 3 for 15. That is what? That is 20%. 20% from the field. 3 for 15. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Absolute joke from James Harden. Joel Embiid is just 3 for 9. But he's been to the free throw line a lot. He has 21 points. KD started 5 for 5. I think KD was in Joel Embiid's face. So I think KD was the one who, get it going. Seth Curry was shooting that basketball pretty well.
I wish I would not take him over here.
No, man, I go over Brooklyn at all, man.
You're mad.
One place I go. But so I'll concede. I think Brooklyn will win this game. But again, it's just a regular season game. But obviously, Philly wanted to win. It's in Philly. But one thing I'll note, Ben Simmons better look at this game and know, say, hey, this is the intensity you must come with when you're playing these games. You can't come with the soft behavior and feel like, say, you'll be a part of this. Because right now it's looking like Brooklyn can get up to the 6th spot and Philly's in 3rd. So that would be a matchup in a 7-game series. So, I would really love that. But they're getting their butt kicks. The Lakers lost last night. They lost last night to the Houston Rockets, and nobody should complain because I just watched the Houston Rockets whop up the Memphis Grizzlies as well. They beat Memphis by around 12 points the other night. So, but there was a play, Devin. I don't know if you saw it. The last play of the game where LeBron passed the ball to Melo, and they're saying that LeBron should have do a reverse layup. You know what I mean? So, but my quick take on it, I think that LeBron went to the basket with the intention to pass. So him never go with the intention to score. From him start driving, say, all right, I'm going to pass the ball to Melo, right? So then him try outsmart the defender, and then the defender end up outsmart him, and then him pass it to Melo. But then when you look, him could do a reverse layup. But again, this is one of the biggest criticisms I will always have of LeBron. The game tied. We talked about clutch yesterday for the football show, but this was 120-120. If LeBron missed a shot, the game going to overtime regardless. I want LeBron James taking that shot. I will live with LeBron James missing that shot. You are the best player on the Lakers. I want you to take that shot. Miss that shot. Just like if the game is tied in a football match versus Argentina and Brazil, I don't want Messi to say, oh, Di Maria, come take this penalty. Oh, hell no. You will take the penalty, Messi, and miss. I will live with that. So I want LeBron to take a shot like that. And I mean, over his career from year 1 to year 19, that has been the biggest knock against him. He's always looking to make the best basketball play. But no, sometimes you have to be a Michael Jordan, you have to be a Kobe Bryant, you have to be ruthless. If you miss, you live with the results. But at least you took the shot. Don't put your victory in our next man's hands. No, take the shot. So that's my minute, 2 minutes.
All right, so I see some people in the comment section, Fruits and all them saying that we need to be positive and start talking within this to victory. But listen, Fruits, all I'll say back to you is that I see you keep on calling for Demon, but us three on here is not delusional as Demon. Demon is a delusional West Indies fan, and he'll keep on talking West Indies as if West Indies is going to win everything. We're going to call a spade, and we're not going to beat around the bush. And another thing, if everybody came on here and said the exact same thing, I'm sure that you guys will find the show extra boring. Just like tonight, we're here and we're on a different standpoint, critiquing Bonner of what he did after he get to his 100 and the lead. We wouldn't have this big discussion in the comment section with all of you guys in there talking all of whatever not. And Michelle, you're one person that should not talk about West Indies winning and bringing him to whatever not, because you, Michelle, you need to start pay some respect to Pollard. So the moment you start give Pollard some respect, the moment we'll start talk positive about West Indies. So Michelle, let's do that. Devin, go ahead with a minute.
Oh yeah. We can't go around talking about Brooklyn because in the NBA podcast, so I say, all right, we're gonna start a run now in the Kims. Because Charlotte gonna be Charlotte, we're gonna bust up Charlotte. And Kim said, when we're gonna start the run? I said, all right, we're gonna bust up Charlotte and then we're gonna bust up Philly. Because remember, KD and Kyrie is available to play. And remember the key thing what we were talking about when James Harden was in Brooklyn. And everybody just forget about that. Remember, he wasn't playing good, but the games that he played good was against some. But Brooklyn's not the best defensive team. It was against the bug team, I mean, sure. And certain games don't you expect him to show up against better teams or even better defending teams, him don't show up. And Brooklyn's not a good defensive team, right? So just to add on to what Kebs said earlier too about the emotion. Yeah, it's like they just come with this emotion. Say it's Brooklyn and Ben Simmons is there now because KD and Embiid had a spot in some previous games, and it happened in this game where Embiid was driving. Embiid had like 8 free throws in the first quarter. Till at one time, then threw KD on to KD threw himself. Because I know Steve Nash tell him that to guard Embiid, which was crazy. Embiid get a basket and one, get up. Embiid KD just get up and say, "I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here." KD go back down, score some 3, extend the lead. All Embiid just. Well, I mean, how Kim so spot on with that. Emotions them come with him just up.
Yeah, but
and all KD
then
do make play and a score.
Then when you see that's no that this is my knock on Doc Rivers, right? When you see things like that, you have to calm down the team. All right, guys. The first 5 minutes, we get the emotion out of it and start play some basketball. That can make the man them just play, and the lead just extend, God, all the way at 20 and then
all right.
You can't come back after that.
I'm glad you touched on the coach, because I'm going to touch on something with Steve Nash and close out with this. We always a bash Vogel, but more time, me just, all right. Law you make a bash Vogel, but me a bash Steve Nash. Because, all right, me ask you a question. If you have a player, right, in the beginning of the game, you start, you starter, and you start to get 2 quick fouls. What would you do as a coach, or what you see most coach do? You can tell me like what most coach do or what you would do as a coach. 2 quick fouls.
Pull him out.
Okay. If the man get 2 quick fouls and me steps on and watch him, I say, all right, I'm going to take out Andre Drummond.
Oh, Bruce, bro. Oh, Drummond.
Andre Drummond. Leave Andre Drummond in the game. I know what happens next player. Him get a foul and him get hurt. Turn him on. I say, why you keep him in the game? The man right away. Because you're going to need him, even though there's nobody to stop Embiid. Claxton come in, Claxton going to try, but you're going to need him later on in the game to try put a body on Embiid. Because Andre Drummond putting a body on Embiid is much different and much effective, if you can be effective against Embiid, as opposed to Claxton.
That's it?
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
And one last thing. All those persons that say Pepper Paul in the comment section will win some big money to the Pepper Paul of these EPL games. I mean, I had class yesterday, so I never really stay long. But just tune in tomorrow for or tips.
Listen, Kim. They said Pepper Paul been watching last night. The call time was said that Newcastle is either going to double chance. Devin was there. We said either double chance or 2.5. We called it. We said that Chelsea would have won. We also said that Aston Villa game was going to go goals. I was picked at 2.5. We also said that Wolves were going to beat Watford. So if they had listened in, they would have been smiling to the bank tonight. But
I want me just go with all the way you said last night, because I tell you, me not to watch the Premier League. Me just go for just looking at the standings and say. But when I say, even though me say all right, Leeds for sure some ambition to win. Remember me I said that? We used to Aston Villa. Obviously, everybody has said Chelsea, Newcastle and thing. I mean, I say, all right. If you want, just go with the goal. You go over 1.5 on money.
Simple.
Yeah, man, money.
What I'll say, guys, is that big up to all of you. Big up to Kems. Big up to Devin for being on the cricket show. Respect. And hopefully, we'll have, I think this name has a nice ring to it. I hope that next week we'll have our original host, Delusional Demo, back on the show. That name sounds fancy, Delusional Demo. So hopefully next week we'll have back our original cricket host. But guys, tomorrow will be our EPL preview. A lot of money to be won, so ensure that you tune in. Some big games to look forward to. So ensure that you tune in to put some money in those pockets. Big up to everybody in the comment section that commented right throughout. And thanks to our producer Dash for making this possible. And thanks also to, again, Delusional Demo. He's the one that said, boss, that we're going to be around, and I said, all right, I'm going to keep the show. So big up to everybody. And until tomorrow, stay safe. Peace out.